Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at Pharma Live Expo and Summit 2025. And here with me, ma'am, can you please introduce yourself? I've spent my last night studying about you just for the sake of our audience. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Ashwini Sawant. So I'm working in Cipla Pharmaceutical in API R&D. So I've got 25 years experience in R&D.
And ma'am, you've got so much experience. And according to you, what's that one, innovation, interesting innovation in recent year which has come across in pharma industry?
The recent innovation, see, as a Cipla, we are into respiratory product. So I would say the inhaler, when it got metered,
Yeah.
it could be used to small kids also. That is what is the innovation which I think now it could be something which is old, but once it is metered, that means everybody can check how much inhaler they have used and how much medicine is remaining. So that was the best innovation earlier when compared to earlier when they were not sure about the medicine is finished or not.
Okay. And ma'am, when we talk about innovation, the one word which comes to our head is AI, right? AI is in every sector right now. And how, when it comes to pharma and especially research and development R&D, how AI is affecting us and how AI is playing a role in which it's easing our day-to-day roles and responsibilities.
See, AI, though the term says artificial intelligence, I don't consider it completely as artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It is something which is there in our database. I was just explaining earlier in the panel discussion. Normally, there are many data which we have, and when we do it manually, we are bound to get many mistakes. So, it reduces human error.
Yeah.
People may think that it will replace mankind or human. No, it will never be able to replace. If technology cannot be replaced by any artificial intelligence, but it will help you to minimize the error and the turnover time, because nowadays we don't have time, we are in competition. Considering how pharmaceutical has evolved, it has played much more role.
Yeah.
When we used to earlier write lab experiment, many things used to get missed, but today everything is right from the material which is coming in to the output which is removed out, everything is noted down. And when we are looking back after some years and we are looking this big database, it is just a click around. We just put certain questions and certain scripts and it will give you data, and then you can even define it with many more questions. Going ahead, there are so many competition, and when you are using AI, you are buying time, you are quick. So quick is what is required. 2 minutes में जैसे मैगी बन सकता है, even the medicine should be available in 2 minutes. That is the requirement, and I think it will help.
Yeah. And what is that one challenge which pharma industry faces when it comes to integrating AI into the industry?
See, one challenge is, of course, when we are talking about automation, it comes with investment. We know that the government is investing anything in R&D, but still that investment sector is very less. And second is mentality. I was like, two challenge. Human mentality always, whenever, even our company, when we were introduced automation and AI thing, which will come with this automation, it was that it will replace us, but that will never be replaced. But there is investment which is going into it, and if you have the right compatible people who have the right mind for it, will workable to us. We are completely in digitalization now.
Okay. And what steps has been taken at Cipla to address sustainability in API development? Can you name just those steps?
So sustainability is that today you have something, and after upcoming years also you are following the same thing. That is what this sustainability for me. So starting material vendors or intermediate vendor, we have our own vendors development team who will keep that vendors requirement and their support sustainable in the years.
Yeah.
So if you are going to change, again you'll have to do that filing, you'll have to amend your drug master file, then A&D, you'll have to take more batches. That is not what in Cipla we are doing. We have collaborated with the many Indian vendors and we are trying to get their support. One is that to get the right starting material or intermediate vendor. Second, sustainability is also whenever there are regulatory requirements changing, so how your support system is immediately working on that. When nitrosamines, which is a new thing which has come, maybe boom, but in Cipla, we were ready with our force that we are working on it, and by the timeline, whichever the guy FD or email given certain timeline, we were ready with that timeline. So it is important to adapt to the changes which is coming in regulatory case. So Cipla is also ready itself to adapt this changes. Digitalization is one of that. We know the requirement, it is going to come ahead. We are already done it completely for formulation. But API also, we are more into automation. So it has been done.
And sorry for such a hypothetical question, but if you had one magic pill to eradicate one problem out of pharma industry, what that problem would be?
The problem, if I want to say, it could be the hazard or the safety study. See, when we are talking about reducing carbon footprint, I have seen many companies, they will not manufacture anything, any hazardous intermediates or API by themselves, but they will take it from some other.
Yeah.
So how you will reduce to carbon footprint? Because you're not doing it, that is not the right way. I would like any magic to say that hazard related, there are still accidents which are happening. We see that many API companies or small companies which are having fire or there are fatal accidents. So something which will help to uh, substitute that and reduce the fatality, this kind of accidents, because we have to work, we have to increase more and more opportunity, but we have to work on the environmental hazard and the safety mark. Something which will help to reduce this kind of calamity. as well.
And in the line of hypothetical questions, if not pharma industry, then what industry would you be in now?
It's not pharma. I'm an artist for myself. I like to do drawing and I'm also a trek person. I do trekking. So if I was not in pharmaceutical chemistry, I've learned chemistry for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm working for more than 25 years in chemistry. But if not that, then I would like to be a good painter. Somewhere in trekking, I would go to, not Himalayas. Himalayas is very common now. In Sahyadris, somewhere I would like to paint and spend my time there.
Okay. To end it on a motivation note, ma'am, can you give us one piece of advice which upcoming pharma leaders can rely on and take it as a motivation and move on in their career?
The motivation for any newbie or anybody, I just heard it now and many times I hear it. You can be stupid, but you cannot be dishonest.
Yeah.
So if I get many queries, many deficiencies, which will talk about my data that you are not given it in the right way, that is acceptable. But if they are questioning whether I am giving the right information or the wrong information, that is not acceptable. So for your growth or for anything what I had followed, that I cannot be dishonest to anything. Anything which I am doing should be trustworthy and completely honest. Then any challenge you will be able. But once you are doing it the wrong way, then you will never be able to come out of it. So for new person, anyone who wants to grow, never be dishonest.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so much for giving your time. Yeah, thanks.